It's me, Dom. What you need to know about money. So, in the personal finance world, especially like Dave Ramsey, they say money is 80% behavioral and 20% head knowledge. I do agree with this, but my philosophy, my theory, my thinking of money is 100%. It's 100% behavioral. Now, why? It's 100% behavioral because if you look at the little expenses, the little things, and it's not really the little things, but impulse buying. If you do not have control, which is your behavior, if you do not behave well with money, you're gonna lose a lot of money. And impulse buying, we really buy and spend because spending gives us dopamine. Spending gives us a dopamine hit of short term in our brain. Humans aren't wired for long term thinking. This is why a lot of people, like, just can't think long term, save and invest, because we're just not wired that way naturally. That's not how the human brain is just wired to be. It's none of our fault. It's just human evolution. And so dopamine hit go to spending gives the dopamine, and then my own story, my own experience. I got my dream car, cried in it every single weekend because of grief and stuff. Realized I got a big, massive dopamine from this car, driving real quick, listen to the sound system. It was super fun. But once the engine exploded on Christmas Eve and I was in a car that was depreciating, and for 2 months, I was so worried and I was scared, frightened, emotions. And once I got it back, and then once I found out how much it was costing me, I detached forever from consumption. This high amount of money. It was a lot of money. There's nothing that can compare to this car because it was so expensive. And this is why I have absolute control over myself now. And I'm going to be able to build so much wealth because, for one, cheap dopamine hits like vending machine snacks, candy, little small things in my brain. I'm very self-aware now because I try to go after the biggest thing of it all to make me feel good. And so it's crazy. Life is a cheat code for me now because I don't equate spending with happiness anymore. And so that's what it is. Because think about, if you get a new iPhone, if you get hey, nothing's wrong with that. You need what you need, and a lot of stuff is good. But for me, in my experience, because it's not gonna make me happy, and that sounds really depressing. I get it, but it's really insane because this is a massive amount. This pedestal of a sports car was all the way up here. And I got out of it, and once I realized, I detached forever from consumption, and that made me realize super young, money in itself cannot make you happy. Buying things, the materialistic stuff, cannot make you happy either. And then I discovered personal finance. And so I believe it's 100% behavioral, just because if you just stop impulse buying and give yourself just some control, if you want to spend something online, shop online, just add it to the cart. Don't have your cards already automated in there. Don't do that, especially when you're spending. Don't automate stuff when you're spending money, so it just gives you, so you just press it and your money just goes poof. No, don't do that. Because like, if you just step back and just stop and just leave the whatever you're about to purchase alone and allow your body just to come back to homeostasis, which is basically stability, you're gonna be like, you're probably not gonna care that much. Time is gonna go on, and you'll probably end up just not caring about it. Now, if a week goes by or whatever and you still want that thing, okay, that probably means you still want it. You would like, then go ahead and make the purchase. Nothing, I'm not gonna shame you for that, you know what I mean? But just when you give yourself to a thought process to thinking about what you're buying, this will allow you, and these small habits and behavior will change how you spend. And so I have a system now because low-key, I need to force myself to spend on stuff. I'm such a minimalist and such a frugal and person now because I don't need much or anything at all. Like, how much stuff do you need? You're a human. You're not supposed to do, you're supposed to chop lion head off, bro. But my system for me is just like, Is it adding peace? Am I making more money from this? Is it giving me more freedom? Is it, and I also think about in the future, like if it's some chocolate or some super small dopamine hit, you know, our brains wire us to think that we want this because it'll make us feel better. That's anticipatory dopamine. That's leading up to it. And so I don't use vending machine snacks anymore because I'm like, my brain is just really tired and exhausted, and our brain wants to go to short-term, fast, quick energy boosters, when in reality what you really need is like some fruit. When in reality you need something super hydrating. And our brains self-sabotage us so freaking badly, and it's really annoying. And I put all my thoughts into AI, and AI answers everything. And I'm not saying have a conversation with AI every single day, but when you have more knowledge and wisdom and seek this is literally Proverbs. When you seek, a man who seeks knowledge just is hearing knowledge. You hear knowledge and it makes you more aware of everything. I call it the matrix because that's what it is. All these companies, all of these credit card companies, everything, it's all to the consumer. And in America, it's just consumption society everywhere. If everyone were to do this, maybe the economy would go down. But in reality, no. Only small percentage of people are going to actually care about their money. And that's pretty sad because your money is your life force. When you equate hours worked to your life with money, they shouldn't equal each other, right? Like if I'm getting paid $10 an hour, you're telling me 1 hour of my whole life existence is like worth $10. No, that's stupid. That's dumb. And so this is why like investing and having your money work for you is such a cheat code, because that's how it really should be. But not everybody comes to that point, and I really feel bad for because especially for older people. We talk about retirement, or we can think about retirement, and a lot of people, but the thing is with them, I can't blame them because investing back then was looked at as being rich. Rich people doing what rich people did, it becomes normalized. I've learned this from Morgan Housel. You may not know him. And because it was given to the rich, vacations, that's what rich people do. But now with technology has done, anybody can become a millionaire. Anybody can just do better for themselves. But like more millionaires are becoming created every single year. It's amazing. And more people are becoming more poor every single year. So there's two opposites on the extreme. But it's just what technology allows you to do, man. Because you have access. Gen Z will probably be the best well off with retirement because we have access to apps like Fidelity, Vanguard, Charles Schwab, all this stuff. But it's just you. Now it's completely on you. There's no pension system. The Social Security, it may still be there. It probably will be, but it's not enough. There's so much things. More acts are becoming created, and this is from a U.S. standpoint, right? Are going to become created to for people to retire well, because man, when you look at the statistics of retirement accounts of people living check to check, of it's really sad, and I come from absolutely nothing. Legit, and and it's really sad, but it's just, it all comes down to you. That's why I believe money is 100% behavioral. Anybody can learn if you want to seek knowledge and wisdom, but those little purchases, and even the big purchase, the little purchases aren't gonna make you be poor. But when you look at it and look at the compound of all the money that you spend, especially if you look at e-statements and stuff, man, it goes up. I've literally had like a couple dollars like on my credit card, just $2, $3, $4, $5, $3, anything below $10, it added up quickly to like 70 or like 100. I had one purchase for $30 for a book that I used my credit card, and I'm like, bro, it just became $95 like nothing. And it annoyed me really bad because it's just like, these were such small purchases in my head, and what I'm thinking is like, it shouldn't be anywhere near above like 60. But that 30 days is a really long time for a credit card. And it just added up crazy numbers. Because I had an amount, or I had an awareness of like, okay, it'll probably be this much, and then it just keeps going up. And then of course, when it pins to process, it takes forever. It takes like 2, 3, maybe 1 business day or whatever, and it updates. And so I'm looking at the past updated, and then it updates, and it just goes up. I'm like, bro. And I'm like, okay, cut back on the credit card. Okay. Because I paid off every month. But it's just like, but it adds up really quick. So I just feel bad, and I wonder about the people who don't have no control at all. You know what I mean? So that's my thoughts on money and what you need to know. Because if you just change how you behave around money, you will be very successful. You will be very successful. Your earned income, and what you need, and what I think about money is just, it's a math problem. It's so simple, but people try to complicate it. Don't complicate it. Increase your income, cut back your expenses by a lot, not by a lot, but cut back your expenses. You're going to have more margin. You're going to have more money to do with whatever you want to do with. That's all it is. And someone like me who works so much, it's the best defense to play against money. Because when I have no time to spend on worthless stuff, I'm going to build margin. That number is going to compound higher and faster than this spending amount over here. And I may not be a financial advisor. I may not be someone with great credentials, but I got some good credibility and how I think. I feel like I never knew I was a good saver until I started comparing myself to average and median and even above average people my age. I never knew that until I found out, like, are people really this bad? It's a lot worse than you think. And it's just like crazy. It's really insane to me. And it opened my mind. And once I seen how much I blew, I can never take advantage of money again. I'm not going to let my one financial mistake determine my entire, or hold me back from creating a better future for myself. You may think it's too late. You may be thinking you're 40s, 50s, and you haven't invested. Bro, it's never too late. It's never too late. It's never too late for anything. You got to take advantage of the one life you got. Not take advantage, but you got to get back on it. It's just the optimistic mindset. It's hard. It's very, very hard. But if you truly believe these days are going to clap, man, it's already about to be the end of this year. It's going to go quick. I'm seeing it. And building a routine, focused, man, the time is going to fly by. No matter what. And so if you could just change that, man, you'll be very successful. And yeah, that's really what it is. That's my thoughts process on what you need to know about money.